It's quite a story, I'm sure you You also met Vanda Scaravelli.
Yeah.
What was she like?
She was like a female Krishnamurti.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Italian. What's Contessa? Is it a Contessa?
Something.
Something like that. I wrote her a letter. I was going to Italy to study with Donna Hallman. And I wrote Vanda. And she said, I'll pick you up at the train station. I'll be the little lady with the red turban on. So this thin, she was in her 70s probably, red turban, and little flip-flops. Came up and picked me up and got in her Mercedes and drove off into the hills. And she was awesome.
Yeah.
She liked to like lay out in the sun. Had beautiful yoga practice.
Right.
She had studied with Iyengar for a long time. They were close friends.
Okay.
But she was already at the place where she was free-forming it, you know, like she was doing her own yoga. She was giving expression to how the energy was wanting to move. And I remember I was doing something and she said, oh, you gotta put more feeling into it, more joy into it, more. And it was like, oh yeah, okay, just like put more love into it.
Wow.
Not just, you know, bend yourself,
right.
do everything just right.
Right.
Do it, be a little softer, like put a little more breathe, put a little more love into it.
It's been wonderful meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel lucky to have met her.
Something about all the people you've met doesn't sound really like luck, though.
Like what? Like?
It doesn't sound like luck. It sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it was sort of on the map of things that were meant to happen. It just seems a little bit unusual.
But at the time, like you look back and you see how it played out. But at the time, all I'm doing is just sort of.
Okay, so you couldn't, right?
You know, like you don't know where you're going or what's going to happen, and you just kind of keep your balance on the surfboard, and you just keep going for the ride.
Was it hard to manage that uncertainty, or were you comfortable with it?
I was okay with it actually, because sort of my guiding thing was I didn't want to end up like my father. Was sort of what it was. Who he wanted to be a singer.
Okay.
And like an actor, he had a beautiful voice, and he did do singing, but
right.
He had 4 kids, and he had to have a job, and he had to go to work. And it was sort of like, it squished him.
Yeah.
It made him angry, basically. He sort of pissed off, and like, I didn't want to end up like that. It was sort of my thought, God, I don't want to love Dad, but I don't want to end up in a predicament to where I'm pissed off at life, about my life. And so whenever there was any sense of me doing something I didn't want to do, like Dad, I would quickly get back. It made me like stay on the balance beam of doing what I wanted to do, or what, not so much what I wanted to do, but more like, or that, but I don't know. It made me stay on the, what is the right word for this?
The nose of the road less taken?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, it helped me clarify, well, what do I want to do?